I have this question that I think other people have too, but it has everything to do with like, what the heck are you supposed to do with people that want to compete with you, but you really don't even clock the competition until it's like already too late? Like that's not. This is in no way supposed to be like, ooh, like snarky or anything like that. I'm actually seriously asking because I don't energetically know what to do about it. Um, Besides just you know be myself. I don't know if anyone else's phone does that, but you'll turn off whatever it is, like whatever music you were listening to, and then it just continues to play, even though like this, it's not even on a. Never mind. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's competition. It has nothing to do with friendly competition either. I'm talking about competition. Like the ones that literally want to see your weak spot so that they can try to dig their fingers, they dig fingers into open wounds because that's such a great energetic karmic signature to put out there as a boomerang. Um, can't tell I'm being sarcastic. What I want to know is what to do about it because it doesn't seem to register. Like you would be like a minister in front of an entire congregation of people, and you could be doing your best to explain to as many of these people how to do something, and there's still argument. Okay, naked in the reverse. So don't be so vulnerable. I'm hearing myself actually saying this to somebody that was going through exactly the situation I'm talking about. Don't be so nice. Why are you so nice? Um, yeah, take pleasure. Learn how to take pleasure in not being so nice. You got number 30, naked in the reverse. So don't expose yourself here. Just take pleasure. This is number 11. Okay? Pleasure in living your own life, in your own lane, in your own business, not trying to figure out for other people where you could dig your fingernails and like that's dig your fingernails into the grass or the sand or some cold water or hot water. Like give yourself a different experience because whatever it is that people are doing with the competition and just look. Fearless love in the reverse. This is number 25. Meaning that like if you walk around feeling fearful of putting your foot down with people, you end up happy. I actually say I didn't expect that. The joy at the bottom, number 16. Okay. I didn't expect that. Uh, what that actually correlates to here, since we've got naked in the reverse, pleasure in the upright, and fearless love in the reverse, is that it's okay to be scared of something, but don't let it stop you from taking pleasure in it. Okay? Like, make sure that you can just say, yeah, you know what? I actually really do like this. And the reason I really do like this is because I'm not competing with anybody. I'm just doing myself. Right. This naked with the Thunderbird tracks in the reverse. It's like you don't have to strip yourself down to the bare bones with every single person that you meet. You get to choose the depth of relationship that you have with anybody. So you shouldn't have fear, but you also have to have enough fear to be intelligent. Like if you're just to get in a relationship with any old buddy, that's on you. So safe travels on number 11 with the pleasure. That's what I'm saying. You take joy in something, it's going to be a pleasurable trip. If you don't take joy in something, it's not going to be it's not going to be a pleasurable trip at all. Don't be scared to strip yourself down to the bare bones, but I'm also seeing like do it in a safe way where there's an appropriate amount of fear. That is what actually causes joy. So I'll give you a different example while I'm pulling a card for number 25, Fearless Love in the reverse. But it's kind of like this. It's really nice to be able to, be really optimistic and be like, yeah, if I ever get into a relationship that's really successful, we're never going to argue, we're never going to disagree, we're never going to have differing views. That's great for you to say. Same thing when like you have a baby, you're like, my baby's never going to do this or this or this. You don't know that until after you have a kid. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what the personality of your partner is going to be until you find out. You don't know what the personality of your children are going to be until you find out. It's not something that you get to control. Yeah, you don't control the growth of this. This is fearless love in the reverse with growth in the reverse. So, like, take it with a grain of salt, okay? Because although there are certain types of plant that prefer living in salt water, like kelp, coral, seaweed, doesn't mean that all plants prefer to live in salt water, right? So we've got like a pine tree would not survive in salt water. This is just thinking number 25, okay? So there's Western and Eastern medicine. There's a lot of times in Eastern medicine, you'll get sicker before you get better because it's your body naturally taking care of the root of the cause. When you treat a symptom, what you're doing is masking the root of the cause, which is the fact that there's fear involved in this growth. It's knowing how to follow your intuition, but also knowing how to take joy in doing that, so that if you don't find healing somewhere, you can flip the cards around. You can literally take it upon yourself to set some boundaries. Okay? And that way, there is no competition. You are your own competition, which is why it's so confusing. Just because Simone Biles and Sha'Carri Richardson can complete their gift in a specific amount of time in a very pristine, efficient, and rather perfect way, then that doesn't necessarily mean it wasn't hard to get there. And they don't earn each other's points. It's each man for themselves or each woman for themselves. But you're also supposed to have a huddle somewhere. If you're benefiting from a team, it's the huddle. Ooh, look what just fell out. Love just fell out from this medicine eye. That just about sums that up. You can love being on a team, but you can also love working in a group that's not quite as big as a team. Or you could love working in tandem with other human beings, right? But it doesn't necessarily mean that the grain of salt is going to come from you. It doesn't mean it's going to come from them. It just means that you all do the best that you can do at any given point in time, hopefully. Fingers crossed. It doesn't mean you're not going to get mad. It doesn't mean you're not going to have setbacks. It doesn't mean that you're not going to feel like getting mad. It just means that you have a choice about the way that presents. Competition doesn't typically work, is what that just said. When you're competing with somebody and also putting a grain of salt in there, they're conflicting ideas. So it's kind of like saying opposites attract, or like we're like the same person. You know, you need a little bit of both of that to have like a good relationship, or to have a good collaboration, or to be a good working group, a staff, a team, a teaming group of staff oriented humans will know how to network and interact as well as autonomously function. That's the truth. So some people are more fickle or more salty. Some people are more sweet, more enjoyable, more pleasurable. And if you have the integration of the two, sometimes that works rather well. Yeah, I'm done with the reading, but I am going to get an Izzy and Liv card to exit out. Let me see. We're only going to take the one on the top because I only feel like getting one card. That's why. I deserve to be free from stress and anxiety. I don't know why I just wanted to mention Dochi so bad. She's such an overachiever. Kind of mischievous too, a little bit. She's like her own swag, her own style that I don't see anybody else trying to copy, which I'm very envious of. And because that's the competition thing I was just talking about. How do you be that majestic and still have your own swag? Like most of the time, people are doing this kind of the same thing, you know. And it's not to say it's like cliche, but it turns into a trend or a fad because there's competition. People, I think mimicry is the highest form of flattery, is what they say. But sometimes people don't want to be flat; they want to be a high note or a bass or something. And no offense to people who love the flats that they wear every day. I love flats also, but I just am saying that some people feel like they're better off competing than falling flat on their face too. So stress and anxiety comes from competition, and that's the part that we're going to let go of and be free. Ta-da! Ciao.